already. It looks a little different in here because it's fucking daytime for once. We got no work today, but I got a thing I'm going to later. Later is in a couple hours. So I figured I'd just get the workout done and then not have to worry about being out so late and like missing the lift, I guess. We already got the warm-up out of the way. I just didn't put more weight on the thing. Also, it's pretty quiet in here. I also have my headphones because both videos that I posted got copyrighted, which is really funny, but I'm also pretty sad about it because I didn't think that there was more to a process using what I thought was copyright-free music. Turns out, I guess I'm wrong, but that's okay. I'll just stick to the headphones. I gotta be careful with these though, because if the camera picks up any audio from my headphones, I don't know how that's gonna work. But we're looking to get 4 sets of this. We got 170 on there right now. If this goes pretty light, I might raise it up to 180, but I don't know. We're probably looking for 6 or 7 reps, if that's even possible. Obviously, we're lifting these puppies because you have to. We ended up getting 8. I'm not even gonna move it. I'm just gonna leave it at that exact weight and just try and replicate that because that was pretty good. The lens that's sitting on there right now is technically not meant for that camera unless I turn on a certain setting, which is why it looks like a little fisheye. But I figured we'd at least use it for this one time and then maybe take it back off. We're gonna turn on some Peso Pluma and hope we can get I'd like to match that set with 8 again, but I don't know if that's gonna be too possible. I will try my best. That was a very scary re-rack. See, it always feels like I'm too far forward. I don't like picking up the the bar super far back behind my head. But last rep was pretty sloppy, but we'll take it. Honestly, I think we're just gonna 2 more sets, try and hit the 8 mark again, and then swap over to incline, and then finish on the cables again, because, well, elastic bands. Chest day is so simple in terms of like what you're hitting, I guess, and which exercises, because like I literally only swap off from incline and flat bench, and then I'm always doing like cables at the end. Either cables or like a fly with like dumbbells or something. I guess it just depends on the mood, but super simple. Let's get another one like the last. I was gonna take the lens off, but I low-key am liking like the little fisheye effect it's giving, and plus it's a this one's like a zoom lens, so this one can like zoom in and out, and right there at the widest angle it's 18 millimeters, and my other one's 35, so this is like a significant difference. If you don't know, with with focal length, the lower the number, the wider the angle. Which is why the other one I use, my 85, it's so cropped in I have to like put it at the end of the garage just to have everything in frame. So honestly, I might be using this a little bit more, because it's honestly just, I can have it so much close, because this is like really close, I could easily grab the tripod. But enough babbling, I suppose. If we can get 8 again, that's gonna be pretty crazy. That'll be the most consistent that I've ever been with this weight within sets and reps. Me hitting the side of that fucked up the groove, so we failed on 7. I'm just gonna re-rack it the proper way. I won't risk any stupid errors. Now some of you may be wondering, like, Jonah, what's on your mind while you're lifting? And I'll show you. This right here. Now when I'm lifting, I got IPA on my mind, and I'm thinking, if I go as hard as I possibly can during this lift, you know, I think I've earned me a little IPA. And I know alcohol, it's not good when you're lifting in terms of recovery and, you know, a lot of other factors that are like related into you either progressing, or if you're trying to lose fat, or just a lot of stuff like that. Now for me personally, I don't really care too much. I enjoy indulging on a cold beverage that gets me intoxicated. But as long as you're out here putting in proper work, I feel like, you know, you're allowed to indulge here and there. The past like 3 weeks I've been pretty consistent with diet and stuff like that, except for my one day out of the week where I'm gonna like treat myself, if you will. Yesterday I did have one of those and I ate a significant amount of food. But today we're not gonna be doing the same. You know, we gotta get back on track until the next day. Next rest day, or next cheat day, if you will. But yeah. Now, if I can hit 8 reps, then I can have that later today. That's the mindset going into it. Do I think I'm gonna get 8? I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna try my best for that Tiki Fusion. Now, you guys just only saw me completely drop that weight. A little scary. But I think we're gonna lower it and hop on for a couple more. My left arm is giving out significantly faster than the right. That's gonna be another fail. I think I'm gonna put it back up and then we'll do one more set with this and then we'll swap to incline. So that'll be 5 total sets technically on flat bench. The movement just feels really good right now though. And I don't want to take away from that. So I'm just gonna stop this and then wait. And then we'll go from there. Alrighty, last one. I think this is my sketchiest bench sesh ever. Because me me trying to get this one up on that, this shoulder slipped off, like off of this bench, and that just made it 10 times more difficult. I'll take that as a sign to move on to incline. Now, those of you who stumble across this and aren't so, I don't know, so like invested, I guess, into the gym stuff. I said this in the other video, but like, you gotta think, if you kind of just think about it in the way of like what's the worst, really, like what negative output am I gonna get from just trying, you know? I understand it's easier said than done, being consistent and disciplined, because when I was in high school, I always thought it was more motivation than discipline. I used to think that motivation could like cure the inconsistency, but it really is discipline. Like, you just have to, it's more so of like a I have to factor rather than like, you know, yeah, like I'll do it. You gotta have to like think about it in like a way like you can't really, you have no choice, you know? And what's the downside in like looking fucking huge? Like, there's literally no downside in that. And let's say you don't have equipment at home, or you don't even want to go to a gym, because I'm not really a gym person either, you know? My head's down the whole time. I'm not really looking at people. I just don't. I feel like I'm getting mobbed everywhere I go, you know? Especially with fucking kids that are younger than me. Fucking 3 times my size, you know? It's not, I was gonna say it's not that I'm insecure, but there are certain things when it comes to lifting that you're never really gonna be able to get over, because you're always kind of chasing that, like, chasing the pump, you know? You're trying to find a way to look like what you look like with a pump. But I don't know. Even starting at home with just like fucking push-ups, and like, you can find fucking objects around the house to curl. Like a bike, for example. A bike's like 20 pounds, a little over. You put that fucker in one hand, you know? Throw her up for a couple reps. Push-ups, you can do fucking push-ups anywhere, on anything, you know? I don't know, I just feel like at a different part of my life I wouldn't really be able to say it like that, because I was super inconsistent and I just didn't want to do it. But like, now that I've gotten a taste of like, I don't really know, progress, like within the gym, you know? And I mean, like, every lift you have, you're like almost, you're essentially winning, because like, I mean, if you're progressing, of course, you're like winning every lift, because you're either hitting an extra rep, or maybe doing another set that you normally wouldn't be able to do, or more weight or something like that. I just feel like it's like a little win for the day almost. And afterwards, you're just like, you know, like, I did it. It's over with now. And let's say you hated it, you know, at least it's over. You don't got to do it until the next day. That was a long ramble sesh, but let's do incline now. I'm not even going as heavy as I was the last time I did incline, but I also just remembered I started on incline. So that's definitely playing a part, but still felt pretty good. A nice stretch and all. Ideally, I'm gonna do 3 more sets, but if it feels as good as flat bench, I'll add a 5th in there. Let's switch up the angle for you guys. I hope that this video brings some sort of motivation or drive to I don't know, fucking like do something. It may not even be lifting, but like let's say you had a chore or something you don't want to do. Why not just get it out of the way, you know? And I wish I had the mindset that I have walking around all the time. Like I wish it was the same mindset as when I'm in here lifting. But like over time, I think that'll eventually happen. You just have to get to I guess a point where like you understand that the only reason why it seems like it's like a chore or it's a bad thing is because of the way that you're like looking at it, you know? Again, easier said than done, but it's time, you know? With time, I feel like it definitely becomes easier. I'm no, you know, motivational speaker or anything, but that's just what I try and use in order to get that shit done, you know? Because afterwards I do feel 10 times better, and I'm pretty happy that I do it, so hope that can transfer on. I think we're gonna do one more. One more, and we done. Look, I'm scared that what's gonna happen, because I can't tell how loud my music is while that's recording. So I'm kind of scared that while I'm lifting, it's gonna be so quiet that the camera picks up what I'm listening to, and then I get copyrighted again, and then I'm fucked. So, kind of scared of that happening, but I hope these are muffled enough. Enough of my troubles. We've had a pretty solid incline sesh right now. We are definitely getting more reps than we were on my first chest video, I think. Because I think we were using about the same. It's only 100 pounds, for those of you wondering. The bar is 10, and then I got some 45s. So like, technically it's 90 if you don't want to count the bar. Which, for my chest, it's quite a bit. For others, not so much. But I'm the one lifting here, so I'm the one making progress. I don't know where I was going with that. That was kind of gay. Ooh. That's probably not the best word to say. Well, this was a fun career. Over now. Potentially the last set.
we'll see how we feel after, and then if we want to go for a fifth. Definitely doing another one. Well, if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. We've made it to the last set. We have the band set up already, so not much more to say. Ooh. Oh. Beautiful. That might be the best incline sesh that I've ever had. Very rarely am I doing like 5 sets. Usually 4 taps me out pretty good. I think for intensity purposes, I'm just gonna jump straight into the bands. We'll see if it's a good idea or not. After, excuse me, after a couple of feelers. One's feeling tighter than the other. Guys, I found out why one was tighter than the other. You know, you can't expect perfection when you're jimmy rigging shit, you know? This setup is not elite by any means, but it definitely gets the job done. Let's keep that shit up. Alright, fuckers. We got the bird's eye view. all the way up at the fucking ceiling. Incline feels pretty good today. The titties. There's a lot of dead weight going on here. I'm excited for the actually, I don't really know how the posing is gonna work. Because at nighttime, it's just like a different vibe in here, and it looks a lot better lighting wise, but I guess it might not look like too bad. I wonder if we could get like a almost like a test view. It's mainly just focus on the dirty ass mirror. Oh yeah, that is not focus on me. Focus, is it? No, bro. It's got a box around my head as if it's focused. Oh, there we go. I feel like lighting wise we'll be okay. There's a lot of pumpage going on. On to the next. Alright, final one. The shoulder hurt a little bit on that one. Alrighty. And it was that easy. Not really, that was fucking brutal. Alright. Honestly, what I might do is try something new. Can I? Okay. I can see myself decently in the back. Ugh. Let's see. Oh. Yo, this This might be the best that I've ever seen my chest. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna check that and see if it wasn't focused. The pose down was not bad, but I think lighting wise, it was a little bright. I just wanted to try the side chest again, because oh. Pretty good, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm pretty, bro, I can't get over it. Progression, like it's literally, seeing your progress is what kind of makes you keep going, I guess, which is kind of, you know, it's like obviously, but when I'm like, you know, without a pump, right, I'm gonna go look in the, like literally like 30 minutes after this lift, I'm gonna go back and catch myself going to the bathroom and like look at myself and be like, whoa, you do not look like you lift. But that's just like, you know, that's just how it's supposed to go. I kind of look at it as like a way that, like, it's on purpose, right? Kind of to throw you in that, like, I purposely try and look at it like you get to see yourself with a pump, like kind of symbolizing what you will look like at some point. And then without a pump, it's like, I look at it as like it's like a back and forth battle, I guess. It's like, I have to deal with seeing myself in an unpumped stage, and like, I gotta learn to love it, you know? I gotta learn to like look at myself and be like, alright, although I don't have a pump, and where was I trying to go with this, dude? You know, throughout the day, you look leaner in certain parts of the day. Like when you first wake up, you're obviously gonna look the most lean compared to the end of the day, you know? So like when you see yourself at the end of the day and you look a lot worse than you did in the beginning, like in the morning, you know? I kind of try and think of it as like it's purposely trying to make me not want to lift. You know, I just like purposely stay in that negative mindset, like, oh, I look like shit right now, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense. It's a lot harder, I guess, to try and put my feelings into words. That, you know. Anyway, tomorrow was back day. We got to do pull-ups, which I'm not as ecstatic as I was for chest, but if we can make some progress, that's really all that matters, you know. And if my pull-ups are not progressing, that tells me I'm doing something wrong. So we're gonna have to take a step back and figure out what we're doing and change some stuff and then get that fixed, you know. But that's gonna conclude our chest day. I'm gonna fucking take all my shit inside, shower. Kinda want some eggs, so I might eat some eggs. And then that's about it. So until back day tomorrow, and yeah, have a blessed evening, day. Fuck.